Hey, what's going on? Today is going to be my SDCC Funko Sodas. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. Now, like I just said a second ago, today is going to be my SDCC Funko Sodas. These things have quickly become some of my favorite lines when it comes to Funkos, right? I mean, so when they first put these out on the market, I grabbed them right away. They remind me so much of these older sets of toys. Now, I wasn't old enough to have these toys, but they just really remind me of these older toys, right? Back probably right as I was growing up and these toys started to go away and the action figures and all of them started to take a bigger presence into the toy market. You had stuff like this. Now, I managed to pick up one of each one of the Funko Sodas. This one right here is going to be 3,000 piece. This is a shared label. This is not the con label. I'm going to get all of these guys open and then we'll talk about them. So like I was saying, these toys would have been around right as I was just becoming a toddler, right? So I never got to play with these 50s, 60s, and 60 era toys, but I remember the toys, right? I mean, I remember seeing them. I remember the retroness of them, and to me, they're just still even more retro. So it's like Funko brought in a retro toy, basically. And I know it's not a toy, so don't slaughter me down in the comments below. It's a collectible, and I view it as a collectible, but it also will remind you a lot of the toys. So this one is going to be, well, it says flocked right here. I thought that the difference between the all right, I thought that the difference between the Chase and him was going to be the flock. This is also a shared label, and I'm going to get him right over here. Now, I picked up one of each of these, which was kind of cool that I managed to pick up one of each of these. And then I only managed to pick up 3 or 4 pops out of the con. I didn't necessarily get the ones that I was looking for. This one is also a shared label in 3,000 pieces. I wonder if they're all 3,000 pieces. I guess we're going to find out in just a second. I try and pick up every one of these Funko Sodas. I have not discriminated yet against any of them. I kind of just want the whole collection, so it really doesn't matter if it's a Joker or if it's Nightmare Before Christmas or if it's Masters of the Universe. I mean, to me, it just really doesn't matter. I'm just simply trying to collect every one of these. Well, with the exception, right? I'm not going to go out of my way to get the Chase variances versus the non-variants. I hope that I get a Chase variance in them, but if I don't, I don't. This one is also 3,000 pieces, so I guess every one of them from the con would have been a 3,000 piece limited set. And that's the other thing that really draws me to the Funko Sodas, is that they are such a limited piece set, right? I mean, so I know when I get this guy that he is going to be a limited piece, and there's only 3,000 of them made. And if I happen to get a Chase, well, that's awesome. But if I don't get a Chase, well, that's awesome too, right? So we're going to start off with Nightmare Before Christmas. So this would be Tearaway Face Clown. Let's get a closer look at that. And like I said, it's a shared label, and they got a picture of him on the back. Now, one of the things I really enjoy with this Funko line is the fact that there's actually 3 collectibles in this. So you get it for about the same price as you would a pop. And there's 3 collectibles. So I can collect the can, right? So you see the artwork on the can's really cool. And all of the artwork on the can seems to be the same all the way across the board. I can collect the can. I can collect this figure. Or I can collect it. I'm not going to get him out yet because it'll tell us if it's a Chase or not. But there's a milk cap down in there, and I'm just going to leave that there for now while we get him open. That, you know, it also will tell you if it's a Chase variant or a non-Chase variant, which sometimes is kind of good, because some of these guys you really can't tell if they're a Chase variant or not. I mean, some of them it gets kind of difficult to tell if it's a Chase variant. This guy's really awesome. Now, this is not the Chase variant, and we're going to get this milk cap at, and we're going to take a closer look at these guys. Now, like I was saying, one of the things that draw me to these guys is that they are such a limited piece run. So there's only 3,000 of these guys made, and it's not even really 3,000. So when you get this open, oh no, it says one of 3,000. So I guess they didn't have a Chase variant for these. I wonder if these guys had a Chase variant. Maybe they didn't. Okay, so maybe when they made these, they didn't make them in a chase variants, which is also cool because there's only 3,000 a piece of them. This guy's really, really, really awesome. The paint job on him is phenomenal. He's got the rubber duck. He's got a yo-yo right here, a horn. The fact that I can even like point out what each one of these things are is kind of insane. And the way I have these things displayed is in this glass countertop. It's a glass china cabinet basically, and I just have them sitting like right in front with the milk cap or pong, whatever you want to call it, inside of it. You know, it's nice and discreet. Let's get this guy open so that we can open both of the Masters of the Universes at the same time. I guess somebody could throw me a comment down below and tell me, did they make chase variants of these? Maybe they didn't. I mean, because there are such a limited set. I mean, and I don't see them saying it's a chase variant, which is probably telling me that there's not a chase variant. This can, once again, has really cool artwork on it. It is also a shared label. I mean, it you know, it says it's 2020 Summer Convention Limited Edition exclusive, but it doesn't look like the con sticker to me. And they all kind of have that same sticker. Maybe it's the con sticker, maybe it's not. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that that's the shared label. If I had to guess, I mean, that is the shared label. And let's get this one open. So I don't think that there's a chase variance to these guys because they are such a limited numbers, but I don't know, so I'm going to open them as if there is. Really awesome. So this is going to go really cool with my ad icon stuff and my cereal stuff in general, like my Captain Crunch stuff, my blueberries, and all of that stuff. Let's take a closer look at this guy. So in looking at him, it doesn't look like he has a chase variance neither, because I'm going to go to my POG, which is going to tell me, right, or my milk cap, as I like to call them, and it says that there's 1 in 3,000. So that means that when there's a chase variance on here, it'd say he's 1 in like 2,800, meaning the other 200, right, or chase. But I mean, so I don't see that with him. So it tells me that there's not a chase variance of this guy. This is a very, very well done figure, though. Look, I don't know how you could be a pop collector and not be into the sodas. I mean, because these things, to me they're a little bit better than a pop. I mean, they're just, to me, they give me a little bit more of a nostalgic feeling of when I was early childhood development. So that's how I'm going to put that, early childhood development. And so we're going to open up Trap Jaw here, which is also 1 in 3,000. So I'm just going to guess that there's not a chase variance to this guy either, and that's going to be my guess to that. And maybe they didn't do the chase variances in the con. Like I said, if you know, how about throw down a comment down in the description below if you know if they put a chase variance in these. But it seriously doesn't look like it. But I'm going to open them as if they did, and I'm going to wait to view the caps just in case, right? Because like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm starting to get that feeling that there wasn't a chase variance of these guys. I'm okay with there not being a chase variance. Like I said earlier, I don't necessarily collect these guys with the anticipation that I got to have the chase variance. So I don't overly buy them with the idea that I have to find the chase variants, or I don't go on eBay and pay the scalper fees like I have to have the chase variants. This guy has a very strong odor of paint. He looks just like the common, so I'm going to say that there was no chase variants to him either. Let's take a closer look at these guys. So like I was saying, when you're collecting these things, you're technically collecting 3 different collectibles, right? So you have the figure here, which is pretty awesome. I have a feeling that this black paint's giving like this crazy odor. And then you have the Pogs, right? So you have the Pogs. The can, and Trap Jaw, that are all 3 collectibles for a little under what you would pay for a Funko. I mean, so to me that's really awesome, right? That I can get these 3 collectibles all for a little bit under the price of what I would pay for a Funko. The paint job on this guy is really cool. That like shiny black that they managed to get on there is pretty awesome. I don't see any paint spillover in these guys that you typically see in a lot of your pops, but I mean, he is a very, very, very well done figure. And I don't know how about y'all tell me down in the comments below, what do you think about these guys? Do you think that they are as cool as the Pops, or maybe they're not as cool as the Pops to you? Maybe they're better than the Pops? I don't know. How about throw me a comment down below. Now, I'm not going to necessarily say that I think that they're better than the Pops, but they're on the same level to me as a Pop. So when I see these guys, I want to collect them, and because I came in so early on these guys, I want to collect them all, right? So this is one of them that I happen to be able to get in on the line early, and I just simply want to get every one of them. Now, like I said a second ago, I'm not going to check the Pog on him or the milk cap. I keep saying both because a lot of people only know that as a Pong, right? I mean, so a Pog. So I make sure that I say that, but it's a milk cap to me. I mean, when I see them, I think milk cap, and a lot of the people, when I first started showing them, there was like two sides, right? There was a group of people that said Pogs, there was a group of people that said milk caps, and that really just shows your age, right? So if you're about 10 years younger than me, you call them Pogs because that's what you played in school. If you're about the same age, probably a little older than me, I would probably say 5 or 10 years older than me, you're calling them milk caps. So I'm kind of at that crazy in between to where it's really not either one of them, but just milk caps to me is easier to say. This is, man, these guys are really cool. So this one is flocked. The texture on him is really cool. All right, so I'm gonna get the milk cap out. I'm gonna say that there wasn't any chase variances in these. I'm okay with that because they were only a 3,000 piece run. A lot of times when you see the chase variances, they're in a much bigger run. Let's take a closer look at him. So the Moss Man is also a 1 in 3,000, and here's the milk cap that came with him. These things to me, they're really cool. I put my milk caps back in the can so that they don't get, you know, any sunlight damage or nothing happens to them. They stay with the group, and then I just display them in front of the cans, much like you see how I have them on the table right now. But I just have a big group of them all displayed that way, and they just look really cool together. These guys just really remind me of some of those younger days, and the fact that, you know, Funko has a way of doing that, right? Funko has this way of bringing back your childhood memories, either through He-Man or the cereal guys, or they just, you know, they have a way of bringing back those feelings. And I think as collectors, that's what we're all looking for, right? We're all looking for that, you know, when I was a kid moment, that memory that went back and said, man, that's when my brother fell out of a tree, or this is when I had my first kiss, or, you know, this was my first day of high school. So these things just bring that stuff back, you know, and it's really awesome that Funko has figured that out, right? That they can tune in and they can bring back these old figures and bring back those old feelings of happiness and joy, and that's the stuff that should be spread all over the world, right? And that's why Funko is doing so good as a company, is because they are able to spread basically happiness and joy, and it's just really cool. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you guys. I truly appreciate you watching. Until next time, have a good one.